Alright, so one thing I had a problem with when I got the software, I know how to use the old MPC, and I'm very analog minded. I know how to do a lot of the older stuff, but when I got the software, I couldn't find any of the sounds. Like I could find the drum sounds, but I couldn't find any of the keyboard sounds. So I called my boy at Royal Productions, and he told me how to pull up the plugins. So I'm gonna run through that real quick. Shout out to Leo and my brother Leo. Shout out. Alright, so real quick, we're gonna run through how to pull up the plugins on the MPC software, the MPC Studio, MPC Renaissance, I think the Mini, the MPK, MPK Mini. Yeah, they're pretty much all the same. So we're gonna run through it real quick. And just to let you know real quick that I have the MPC Studio and the MPK Mini, and they run together. So I put they run on one program. You can use either one at any time. If you want to use the keyboard, you can use it. If you want to use the MPC, you can use the MPC. When I first hooked it up, it didn't recognize the MPK, so I just restarted the computer after I installed everything, and it recognized it. And there is a setting right here if your MPK doesn't pick up. Settings. Where is it? Preferences. And you go to MIDI, click MPK Mini. In the MIDI, right here it says MIDI. So just click MPK and OK. And it'll recognize it fine. If it doesn't, do that setting and just restart your computer and it'll pick it up. Alright, so we're going to run through how to pull up the plugins. So I'm going to start a new session, and to pull up the drums, all the drums are over here. So you have a lot of stuff here. You just select which drums you want. This one has a cool one that's all together. Let's see, all. I'm just using this one because it throws them on. You could pick sounds one by one and put them on whichever pad you want. So that's really simple. So like you take a sample, you can take a sample and take that drum right there and put it on the first pad. So now it's there. Oh shit, what is that? No, we don't want that. Okay, that was something else. But you just drag and drop them on, it'll go on any pad you want. Now to pull up the keyboard sounds, basses, synths, pianos, all that is a little bit harder. So we're gonna open a new track, go to track 2, and you see where it says type. You gotta tell the program that you want to use a plugin. And then here, plugin 1. So now it's all set up to use a plugin, but there's no plugin. So you click here, and you have these 3 that come with it. This one came with the MPK, but once you install them, they'll pop up right here. So the bank has a bunch of natural sounds. If you hit this little E right here, it'll pull up the actual piece. So alright, that's one. So this is one plugin that's pretty cool. It has some natural sounding sounds. The bank is like actual, it sounds like analog instruments. Heavy bass. Someone asked me about bass sounds, so I'm gonna pull up a lot of different basses. Alright, so the bank is cool, but the one that I like is the Hybrid 3. It's really cool. And here, like it has, they go with the they're sequenced, so they go with the tempo, whatever tempo. Let's see. So they have sequence based, different basses. That's kind of a cool effect, right? I don't know if you can hear it. I'll turn it up. Like some techno. Alright, now if you just want a regular bass, let's see, here's hard basses. Let's go an octave down. There's a ton of basses. So that's one. There's one. This is all one file, sequence bass. Hard basses is another file. And just there's all different kind of basses. Soft basses. Any kind of bass you can think of is basically in here. And they have synth sounds. Here's another bass, more natural sounding kind of bass, still analog sounding. But anything you want is in here. Some synths. Let's see. So just some different stuff. Alright, let's pull up keyboards and go up a couple octaves. Alright, so basically any sound you want is in here, anything. Let's go to another plugin. Go down here, you change the plugin again. The bank is more like drum sounds. Oh no, that's has more natural sounds. Which one is the drum? The 809 has a lot of the sounds. Let's see where you at. Now this came with the MPK. You don't really need this if you have the MPC. The MPC came with all of the drums from the 60 to the 5000. Every single different drum pack that those MPCs came with, it came in here. Let me show you that real quick. So let's go back to track 1, some drums, and I put my sounds on drum content, drum kits. Wait, no. So MPC Legacy. In the drum content folder, the one that says MPC Legacy, it has the MPC 60 sounds. All of them. All of the old school MPC sounds, the 500. All the old sounds, all the 808s, all that everybody likes. That's the 2000. So if you like the MPC 2000 sounds, they're all in here. That's the 808 from the MPC 2000. All the different. That's a popular snare right there. The MPC 2000 808 snare, 2500, and then 3000 and 5000. That's kind of cool. Alright, so That's basically it. That's how you get the sounds where you want them and how you use them. And then once you have the sound set up for, pick whichever one you want, you just hit record. If you hit record and play, it'll record. If you overdub and you let it keep going, it's going to keep recording every time. Always hit overdub record and then play start. So, oh, and then so there's an undo button right here on the MPC that I use a lot. Undo. That undoes anything you just did. And I messed up, so I did undo. If you go to metronome, you want to turn count in on record. That's how I always set mine up. And then enable on record also. So once you hit record, hit play from start. So, I mean, that's nothing but just showing that you record. Now, it's on overdub, so if you, it's gonna keep adding stuff in every time you push it. So you turn record off, and then whatever you have this set to, it's gonna fall on that. So if you want it to sound more natural, you want to put it on 64, and it'll record basically exactly how you put it. The time correct up here, you can't get past that. But if it's like drums or something, you can put it on 16. They're gonna fall right on the money each time you do it. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, I can go more into detail about the quantizing and the time correct on here. But that's how you pull up the sounds and get stuff going and ready to record. You go through these steps and you'll be able to record. If you are a talented musician, you'll be able to make something nice. Alright, cool. Have a good one. Don't forget to subscribe.